Alright guys, so as you can see, I got new beats for Christmas. I don't know how that's going to work with audio. The gym is pretty empty right now. So got 1 week left of winter break, so I can talk a little bit louder and I can check how the audio is working when I post a video. Shouldn't be an issue today, but maybe in the future when the gym gets more packed again. It's kind of hard to keep up with this YouTube thing, and I'm not posting on anything else. I need to post on Instagram, probably the most. I'm not doing any YouTube shorts. I need to be doing those as well. It's just like it takes so long to upload these videos, and it's like my phone needs to be open for like probably 6 hours straight on like certain specific screens. Like I can't exit for anything. Like if someone calls me, boom, restart a 2-hour upload. Like it's super annoying. So we'll see. I might get tapped out at some point, but hope not. So today I'm gonna hit probably chest and tries. I did team lift yesterday, which really I did back. I'm limited, so I have to do a little bit of my own stuff. But our main lift was bench. At least for the lower body injury guys, such as myself. So I did bench yesterday. So today I'm just gonna do incline and pec deck. And then for triceps, probably push downs, dips, behind the head, dumbbell press. So, see how this goes. I haven't done incline in a while, because I was home. That felt pretty easy. I forgot that I actually go pretty heavy here. I was thinking my weight was more along the lines of shoulder press weight, but so I think I'm just gonna put 25 on and then 225. So 135, 175, 225, maybe one more, maybe 210s or something. Yeah, feels pretty good though. Shoulders aren't too bad. I know I always say shoulders are bad, so I'm just gonna say shoulders are okay today. Go for set number 2, 4, maybe 5. I think I'm gonna go pinkies on the ring. I go a lot more narrow here than on bench press. I feel like it's easier on your shoulders when you go more in. Also, things like shoulder press, incline bench press, and bench press especially, I don't like to do the whole inhale, exhale every rep. I mean, that's kind of all my exercises, but it's excessive. It gets you gassed out. Like, my lungs get tired. Like, I just get winded. And your arms get tired before you can actually, like, pump whatever it is you're working, in this case, chest. I hold my breath. A really good example would be, let's say I'm doing 315 for 8 on bench press. I'm going to take a deep breath as I unrack, immediately unrack. I don't pause at the top when I unrack if I'm doing this. If I want to get as many reps as possible. Deep breath, unrack, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2. That's kind of how I do it. Of course, like if I could do 3, 3, 1, 1, I will. But for the moment, I'm probably gonna have to do like 3, 2, 2, 1. That'd make 8. Quick maths. But yeah, I feel like when I hold my breath, I have more power. When I exhale every time, I get tired, especially on something where you're holding a lot of weight on top of you. You're just, like my dad explains it perfectly. He says, the longer you're holding the weight locked out, the quicker your brain is gonna go, holy shit, I need to put this down. This is too much weight to be carrying for me. So if I don't think about how heavy it is, and I don't give it time to crush me, I just do it. I hate to say it's that simple, but it's kind of that simple. Third set, 225. Ring fingers felt good. I mean, pinky finger. I might go ring finger. If this doesn't feel like it, heavier, we'll see. Give that a full body yawn stretch. Pretty good. I forgot what to say. Oh. Some of you guys might have this problem. A couple people do, like, a lot of people I know that lift really heavy weight have similar issues. It's really bad. So, some people stick their tongue out when they lift and they're struggling really heavy. Some people just bite down. And then some people like me, which is so bad, I'll like, I don't know if you can tell what I'm doing, but I'll like almost bring my bottom jaw over my front, and I bite my front teeth with my bottom teeth so bad. Like I know I'm gonna, one of these days I'm gonna be benching like 495 and just like, boom, and like crack all my teeth. And I need to stop doing it. And I don't know why I do it, but it's terrible. So if you're young and you're watching this, try to break that habit early. Also, don't do your tongue, so bite your tongue off. My dad sticks his tongue out and then pulls it back in and then does his rep. I don't know why he does that. But try to stop yourself from doing things like that. It's best if you just bite down, like bite down on your jaw in a normal bite. Fourth set, probably final set. A little nervous. I added 40 pounds, 20 units up. So now I'm at 225 or 265. That's a little scary. Definitely could have done more. But just that nerve in my hand, I was sliding down the bench a lot. I'm still a little skeptical with certain things. Like if I slide down the bench, I don't want to like try to push myself back up with my hip. I just have to cut some exercises short. I don't like that. Stay a little lighter. I think I still got like a solid 6. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I have terrible memory. But yeah, that's pretty good. Now it's time to move on to tech deck. Alright, now on tech deck, I go pretty heavy. I usually start 190, 230, 270, 290. I've done the stack on these machines since I was probably 13 years old. But obviously some are different. Yeah. So I'm actually to start 210. I like to put them on the third notch. So I put them on notch 3, so I don't have to like reach way too far back, and it's not too forward. So it's a good spot where I can do my reps without hitting the bottom every time, and I don't have to blow my shoulders out trying to get the weight up. I like to do a lot of holding on these, as you guys have seen from a lot of my videos. It just works so much. I honestly feel like on chest, I can sit in my room and get a chest pump just by like squeezing like this. And especially if I have 190 pounds pulling away, or 290 is a stack actually. I have 290 pounds pulling away and I'm pulling it in. And I just squeeze and focus on actually, like, imagine you're trying to flex your chest while you're doing it. You know, unbelievable pump. It's so amazing. Like, honestly, like, I love bench because I put up heavy weight. Makes my ego feel good, but this has got to be like my favorite exercise. So, 250. Got Bradley Martin up in here. I should take a longer break, but just bust it out. Something I see people do on these a lot is either arms completely straight out. I feel like that's a little excessive. You don't need to do that. I feel like that's going to put more pressure through here toward your shoulder instead of focusing on your chest. You don't need to do that. I keep a slight bend. So when I come out, my arms are almost straight in front of me, but a slight bend. If you want to get that full lengthened out and you can really squeeze at the top, you can straighten your arms out when you're up here. But be careful because that weight gets significantly heavier and it can snap your arms out, which obviously can be bad. Another thing, a lot of people bring the weight in. You aren't getting anything. This is like super easy compared. So out, with my arms slightly bent, that's really hard. But if I'm here, it's like right in front of me, I get absolutely nothing in my chest. And it's easier, you get nothing in your chest. It's just don't do it. You can keep your back all the way to the pad if you want, but I'm a little bit shorter. I'm like, well, I'm 5'9". But growing up, I put my butt all the way to the back and I leaned forward and I could kind of bring it out just because all the way back here was kind of an awkward spot. So sometimes I'll lean forward if I need to. Just remember, don't do this almost like flexing position. It's not as good coming out. Make sure you're always going out. Let's see how it feels. Took my break. Should be pretty solid. If you have shoulder problems when taking these off, what you can do is come to the side, bring one forward, the other one, bring them together. Trust me, it's a lot nicer, a lot easier. Also, when you pick one up, the other one is heavier. I'm not exactly sure, it has something to do with the pulley system, but That's how it works for those that don't know. A little harder than I expected. I don't know why. As you can tell, there's some reps where I don't go as far back as others. I don't know why I do that. You can call it like not a full rep if you want, but I feel just as much in my chest when I do it. It's kind of like the same as when I'm benching, and instead of going like 1, 2, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then walk out. It's pretty similar to that, where you're under tension the whole time and you're actually getting a pump. Instead of, if I come back every time, my shoulders are just going to gas out, they're just going to start hurting. So that's why I do that, if you're wondering. And it feels good, it feels better. Okay, so I don't know how it's going to affect the video, but I record horizontally, and for this exercise, my tripod can't like let it see that high, so I'm gonna go vertical. I'm gonna see if that changes anything. I still can't figure out how to make the video fit full screen. Whenever I post it, I think it's like in a black box. I don't know why that's happening. I want to see, maybe I think in CapCut I can edit something to make it like 16:9 or whatever the ratio is, and figure out which one the YouTube one is, and I'll see if I can figure it out, because I feel like that lowers the quality of the video so much. Tricep push downs. 4 sets. These I kind of change up how I do them sometimes. Sometimes I'm here all the way. Obviously that's a little bit more cheating, but because I wrestle, it fits to wrestling pretty well. Kind of like a snap down. And then sometimes I do it kind of like I'm doing now, where I'm either at a little bit of a slant, kind of come down. Sometimes I'm straight up, flexing my core, pushing straight down. Kind of depends on how I'm feeling. Sometimes your wrist hurts. Sometimes you're like, oh wow, I'm getting in my shoulders for some reason. Just kind of feel it out, see what's best for you. And again, it can change day by day. So that's another reason why I'm not super into the whole like, oh, you have to be perfect exact form every single time, this single way. Because it's like, well, your muscle's only going to build that exact way every single time. And if you're not getting a pump, you're not doing it right. Like, it's kind of hard to explain, but like bench press. If I do perfect form powerlifting bench press, I'm gonna get nowhere near as much muscle benefit as if I do bench press my way, which you guys see is not the correct powerlifting form of benching. But there's, in all honesty, not that big of a difference. My bench max is 410, and in perfect powerlifting form with a pause, I've done 385. And that was kind of just like I'm gonna try to do this today. I don't practice that, I don't do anything. So lift how you want to lift. Lift what you feel is working best for you, what keeps it fun, keeps you into it. Just do it. At the end of the day, if you're lifting, it's good. Alright, set number 2. I mean, even on this, like, you could do rope, you could do straight bar, you could do the little end bar, you could do little swivel bar. There's a lot of different ways you can do it, so it all depends.
Oh, is that what you're asking? No, absolutely not. And it wouldn't have mattered anyways. Thank you for asking.
No problem. Yeah, I was just wondering.
I'll-
When I start getting really tired, I'll add that like little 5-puck thing I did there at the end, where I come over the weight and push down. I like it on the more slant bars, or more like pushing here. But straight bar's pretty nice too. You just don't want to go wide because then you're just doing chest. But it is chest and try day, so really, if you get a little bit of chest in there, it's okay. Just getting the most out of what you can do. Also, something else you can do. I saw, I believe it was Jay Cutler, did a video where he's showing this. Or, no, C-Bum. But I think Jay Cutler does the same thing. No, Jay Cutler does that thing I just did. I think it was Jay Cutler did that. C-Bum does this. Going into tricep workouts. He includes this pull at the beginning as part of a tricep work. So he kind of pulls and then down. Boom. Pull out, pull in. So if you get tired, you can also kind of hold here. I'm pretty sure that's right. I don't know exactly what he was saying like it does, but if you're tired, you can do something. Do it. That's why cheating is kind of good on exercises like this. Like bicep curls, you still get, yes, you'll start working more things, but you're still getting your biceps. Kind of that past failure thing. All right, I'm just gonna get a next set. Triceps are burning. Something like standing straight like that, you're getting a little bit of core as well. And since after my hip surgery, I've been able to gauge my core a lot. So I get tired when I do things like this, where I'm engaging my core, or like single arm bent over rows. It's a lot of core and it gets me tired. All right, time to the next thing. So I know this is a bad angle for dips, but they kind of moved it in a weird spot, so it's kind of awkward to record. I can't record to the side because I don't have my phone in front of people. So, good angle for back though. Yeah, made some dips. Usually I would do weighted, but I can't really hook up anywhere because of my hip. So I'm just gonna do non-weighted dips, and I kind of just go until it hurts. Well, until it really hurts. Of course, I go past hurting. Also, if I was able to do weighted dips, I would do dips first. But since I can't do weighted dips, I do dips after I do other things, which gets my triceps tired to where if I do 20 dips, it's really hard. So yeah, that's kind of like something you could do. Like, let's say, I don't know, something hurts, and then you gotta go light on one exercise, but you can do the rest of that muscle group hard. Do it at the end. So when you go light, your muscle's already pumped, and you get a better pump compared to like starting it off and you go so light, you're not getting anything out of it. Yeah. I'll just just go right into my next set actually. And you can do that where you take less of a break. So you're just in this constant state of fatigue. Third set. It took me a while to realize on dips, going below 90 doesn't really do anything for your triceps, and it just puts a lot of pressure on your shoulders. So there's no point in like dipping that past. I was kind of just stretching there when I did it, so I don't really think you need to do that. I'll do it kind of like, it's actually easier to break at the bottom than it is at the top for obvious reasons on a dip. So kind of resting at the bottom, but also stretching. It feels pretty good. I get to like kind of pull my chest apart, and move my shoulders around. It's a good stretch. I'm just gonna quickly do the next set and be done here. I can't do overhead press because the bottom area is closed and the highest I have is 80. And that's the weight I warm up with so that my shoulders feel okay. But I really go up to like 110, 120, so it's not gonna be worth it. So I'm gonna find something else to do on triceps. Should be good though. My breathing has been so bad lately because I'm not wrestling, and I hate it. As you can see, I have an absolutely beautiful background. I think that's Bishop's Peak, pretty sure. So this is actually an underrated tricep machine. I've done this since I was a kid. I do some sets I do with my grip like this, some sets I do my grip like that. I'm not sure how much weight I do on this one. I haven't done it much up here in slow. So we shall see. Instead of saying we will see, I say we shall see. Okay, that's really like, but I try to keep my elbows tucked. Switch grip. Basically dips. So that was, I'm assuming 130. The thing ripped off. The weight next is 150. I'm gonna put it to 190. And that should still be pretty light. Kind of shouldn't go right into it because that was a pretty easy one. Significantly harder. I don't know if that was because I went up so much, or if it was because I didn't break. But that was way harder. After this, I'm going to do a little bit of rehab, so I'm just going to do extensions and curls for legs. I've been cleared to do that. Doesn't really affect my hip too much, but I have to find a to find really specific ones that I don't use my hip flexor much on. That's kind of the main thing I have to like watch out for a little bit since surgery is when your hip flexor flares up, it doesn't get better for a while. Obviously, the main concern is re-tearing the labrum, but just from a comfortability standpoint, I have to make sure I don't over push my hip flexor because it will hurt like a bitch for like weeks. So let's just go right to my next set. And I'm probably just gonna go do extension intervals right after. I have to walk home too. Hopefully that's not too difficult. Okay, that's enough for me. I'm gonna do a little bit of extension curls. Obviously I can't go heavy, can't go crazy, but enough to get a little tired. Okay, so the area I usually do these is closed, so I can't do the good one. Not sure if this one's gonna put pressure on my hip flexor. I kind of don't know until I feel it. But with the way the seat is, I'm thinking I might. Basically, your hip flexor gets activated anytime, like if my butt comes up at all. So I kind of have to like pull myself down. I'm gonna make it a little lighter. I'm just gonna put it at 100. Let's do that. I've also been told by my physical therapist that the most important part is basically from here to here, not so much getting completely straight. Kind of like how Jay Cutler does it when he's going to failure. Damn, that's like immediately my quads are like exhausted. Kind of doing anything. My legs are like that right now. They're still pretty strong, but the conditioning is not there on them. I mean, I've been doing very light stuff so far with physical therapy. I'm 2 months out. It's weird because I basically feel normal, but yeah, I'm super limited on what I'm supposed to be doing and what I can do. But I feel like I can do way more, which they say that's a good sign. They say I'm way ahead of schedule. Just with how things feel and everything. But there's a certain time period for like each thing of what the labor is actually capable of doing before it gets torn. Like 6 months is full recovery. I don't know what each notch is before that, but basically I can feel 100% at 2.5, 3 months, but I'm not. I can return my labor from jumping one time. Like I feel like I could run a mile right now, but in reality I can't because sitting like this is uncomfortable. I can feel it in my hip right now. Weird stuff like that. I can't cross my legs. It's so weird. Drake's going too slow in my brain right now. On this. Just stay same way. Exhausting, but I love it. That's the sucky thing is my legs are tiny, but I love the burn of actually using my leg muscles. The problem is because I've had ACL surgery and now hip surgery, and I had hip problems for a long time. I couldn't really do these things without having a lot of joint pain. And it's like I wrestle, so why lift legs, and then now my legs are sore for practice for the next 3 days and never get better. So even though I love hitting legs, I never really historically got to lift them. And I'm hoping I'm like 100% on month 4, but I'm still not. I can't wrestle for 6. I can't wrestle till 6 months. That's minimum guaranteed, because I will tear my labrum again. But I can be 100% lifting maybe 4 months. I don't know. I hope. And I can lift legs and get my legs big. Might even still be a 57-pounder next year. I'm supposed to go 65 this year, but I got my legs a little bit bigger, and then of course had to have hip surgery, so knocked me back down again. I feel like every time I get my legs a little bit bigger, I get nerfed with the surgery. So I don't know, maybe God's telling me something, but sadly I can't really listen. So I'm going to move over to these curls. I don't think they're going to be the right ones, so I'm going to have to walk around and find which one is right. Let's see how this goes. Kind of awkward, but it's working. Push one more. It's loud. This is that might be a little better. I don't like that, that little wiggle there. That's probably why Sam does this. He's also a lot bigger than me, so he probably also doesn't fit on the machine as openly as I do. I feel like a little kid on this thing. That feels way better. When I push my knees up and pull my ankles down, that feels solid instead of kind of letting this, doing that. If I push my knees up into it, that's solid. We should do one more really quick and call it. I gotta walk home, like I said, make a protein shake in the locker room. But I'm tired. I haven't eaten today. Oh, I had one of those little 90-second microwavable rice things and Big Newton bar. So, had a little bit. 2 scoops of Total War as well. freak.